how important it is to the Cowboys to actually sign Odell.
Yes, Jerry talking. Jerry just being Jerry. Jerry can say a whole lot without saying anything, and sometimes I like to see him. Sometimes he just likes to hear himself talk. Skip, this is what he said yesterday. In this particular case, start by asking, why are you able to sign him? Ask that question. Why? Well, it's because he's not on the team. And at this time of year, a player of that caliber, that's rare. Mm-hmm. So he's already telling I want him, but, I mean, come on now, how good could he possibly be if he's not on a team? Odell, it's reported that Odell wants a long-term deal, something like $20 million, prorated bonus is about $7 million. He wants a long-term deal. There are other teams, supply and demand. When demand is high, supply is low, the prices go astronomical, Skip. Remember during COVID, they couldn't keep cleaning wipes sort of thing. People were selling cleaning wipes $20, $30 a box that you can go to the store and get for $2.99.
Or just Purell.
Yes!
Couldn't find it.
Supply and demand. Supply was low, demand was high, price through the roof. Mm. Well, says the 49ers are interested, the Chiefs are interested, the Giants.
I'm trying to find somebody who isn't interested.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's not, and I don't believe he's going to give the Cowboys the discount or the star discount that a lot of people want him to give. So Skip, look, that tells you alone that there's a rarefied set of circumstances, and those just don't happen, or it wouldn't be possible. It's almost like saying, like he's like talking himself out of it. Skip, on the one hand, this is an unbelievable player, but why is he available? Why hasn't he already signed? Why isn't he already on the team? Some of the very questions that Skip Bayless posed all season long. Well, Shannon, why don't somebody just go ahead and sign him and just stash him away? I ask you, Skip Bayless, why don't you just go ahead and sign OBJ and just stash him away? But better question for you. Why would you want OBJ on your team? He killed Baker Mayfield. Aren't you afraid he's going to kill Dak Prescott?
I am not afraid.
Because you know he didn't kill big old Baker Mayfield. He did that to himself.
He did kill Baker Mayfield because he was hurt. He had 3 surgeries in Cleveland. He became a shell of himself. And the truth is, he may be a shell of himself as we speak because none of us know. You can't know. I can't know. Maybe even Odell doesn't know at this point. What exactly are you? You've turned 30 years of age. You've had 2 surgeries.
You make it seem like you turned 45.
No, I'm just saying you've had 2 surgeries on the same ACL. That's scary to me. You've had all kinds of surgeries all over your body. For his sake, I hope he's right. For my sake, I hope we sign him. But I kept telling you, I just wanted him in presence only. He's such a superstar on social media that today's younger players are in awe of him. I think you're still in awe of him, just his celebrity, just his mystique, his aura. Okay, but that's what they are. That's what the kids on my...
You want somebody that can help you win or somebody that's going to be infatuated with.
I got it. Speaking of infatuated, my owner is even more infatuated as we speak with number 88, the new number 88 for my Cowboys, because CeeDee Lamb was his baby draft pick.
Yes.
You know, that's who he... Remember, it's his grandson is shaking his leg on his yacht on draft night saying, Granddad, look who's the guy from Oklahoma, right?
Yeah.
And Jerry says, I got him.
If I'm not mistaken, I think the grandkids still call him Jerry Jones.
Okay, he calls him Jerry. They all call him Jerry.
They do.
And Jerry snatched him, and I loved it. And CeeDee has been some hit and miss. He's dropped too many balls. We've gone back and forth. But he just had, for
his
me,
best game was
a big coming out game on a big national TV
It was a losing
stage.
effort, but this was his best game, Skip.
150 yards. He looked like I won't go top 10, top 5. I'll go top 10. He looked like a top 10 receiver. He looked like he was ready for prime time. It looked like he was ready to go up against number 18 in Minnesota this coming Sunday at their place in Minneapolis. So the point is, Jerry is so infatuated with CeeDee that now I can... Again, I'm pretty good at reading Jerry's tea leaves because I spend so much time around him writing my 3 Cowboy books, but it sounded like, to your point, he was trying to talk himself a little bit out of it. He was bullish last week. He was gung-ho last week. But now that he saw CeeDee, he's thinking, wait a second. I don't need to diminish his star power. I don't really need a 1A to him. I got a pure number 1. So the quotes yesterday about a talent like Beckham is additive. It just stacks on top of whatever you already have.
Okay? Noah Brown and Michael Gallup. Okay.
All right. So Cooper Rush loved Noah Brown.
Yeah.
Sometimes they just have a wavelength. I don't know, it's from scout team or whatever it was.
Yes.
But man, Noah Brown caught a bunch of big balls. But for Dak, no.
No.
Okay, so forget about Noah Brown. And Michael Gallup is coming off ACL reconstruction. And I got to tell you, I'm not seeing it.
Yeah, he catch one pass a game. And
and I'm not seeing, he used to be able to run by people, and I'm not seeing him run by anybody. I haven't seen one time where I said, oh, there he is.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, you like you said, he came off a very serious injury, and it's normally the year after the surgery.
Okay. So Jerry's asking himself, but he's asking out loud on his radio show, can he get us substantively, it's kind of an awkward word to say, above where we are? Like, will it be significantly, will we take a leap when we add whatever number he's going to wear, 13 or whatever he's going to wear in Dallas?
No, Michael
Gallup's got 13. Well, maybe he could buy it from him. I don't know. He'll have so much money that Jerry's going to pay him. But the point is that Odell, he's had a blessed career because he keeps winding up in catbird seats, proverbial catbird. And boy, he's in one right now. And that's what Jerry's trying to say is we've never seen this before. A player of this caliber, and he still has high caliber because he became certainly a playoff catalyst for the Rams. He's viewed as the last piece to a Super Bowl puzzle, right? So he's in a perfect position to sit back. Everybody's talking about December 1st would be when he'd be cleared to maybe actually start playing football again. Well, he's in the perfect place to sit back and say, okay, who's going to catch a wave here? Who's going to catch fire? Where can I go? Where can I latch on to something that looks like it's headed to stardom? Right?
So you said, wait for the next 2 weeks to see if Buffalo, the Giants, the Cowboys, whomever takes off. It's like, okay, that's where we're going.
Who's going to take off? And right now, my Cowboys didn't take off at Green Bay, and they got 2 more quick turnaround chances. So he's got time to sit back and say, okay, show me what you got at Minnesota. Show me what happens with CeeDee versus Justin Jefferson, because that's going to be a prime-time matchup. That reminds me of the old games I used to cover with Terrell Owens versus Randy Moss. It was can't-miss theater. And I got to tell you, Randy just ate him alive because it was a head-to-head battle, like who's going to catch the most balls and who's going to look the most impressive.
Well, I know when I was playing another tight end, I was like, I would tell Steve Atwater and Romo, don't y'all let that guy come in and show me up.
Okay, Romanowski.
Don't, Ben Coles, whomever. Don't let that man show me up.
I got it. So this is one of those marquee kind of matchups.
Gonzalez,
I know, I got it. But Odell can sit back and say, what you got, Dallas? What you got at Minnesota? What you got against my team? And again, we had his former high school coach and mentor saying, I think he might be leaning Giants over Cowboys to return to.
And I understand Odell, and I guess Dorothy said it best that you can go home sometimes, Skip. But if I got a choice, and I understand
she just said there's no place like home.
Skip, I understand the sentimentality of it. Of going back where you started. But of all the situations, that's the worst quarterback. I don't care. Skip.
He's played pretty well. I think he might be maxing out his ability right now.
If I got a choice to play with, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Jimmy Garoppolo, Dak Prescott, or Jones, Skip. It would be what is first of all what are we discussing?
I got you. Unless you just want to return to the Big Apple when they're on not a Super Bowl role, but at least a playoff role, right?
I think they had a great story. I do not see them as serious Super Bowl contenders.
I do not either. I would agree with that. But they have been the surprise team of the year so far, and it's a feel-good story, and I'm sure he knows how that Big Apple media would just ignite if he re-signed there.
But, Skip, everything they do is predicated on 2-6. It's Saquon.
No, I know. I got that. But Odell knows he's not in any position to go be a savior for somebody. The problem with going to the Giants is I think the fandom would view him as a receiver savior,
Yes, of course.
Yeah, because the good thing about Dallas is you would come in without huge expectations.
That is what y'all Cowboys fans. The Cowboys fans just remember him making them catches. They remember what they saw last year. Man, you saw what he did for the Rams? He could do that for us.
Well, I'm thinking the same thing. But I just need him in name only. I just need him in presence, aura, mystique only.
What if I said, okay, you could only sign one? You could sign him or you can sign Ndamukong Suh to shore up your run defense.
I like Odell. Okay. Just because I know it would send a message to my locker room, Jerry's serious business about this. He thinks that Odell is the Super Bowl catalyst. That would be the message.
What do you think? What do you think the receivers are saying? Man, he don't think we good enough. He don't think we're enough to drag across the finish line.
Well, CeeDee just said last week, his rookie year, they had 3 number ones with him and Amari and Gallup, right? So you look at it as we got 3, well, at least 2 number ones, right?
Gallup ain't no number 1.
No, he is not anymore.
He wasn't.
He was pretty good for a while. I think you're underrating how many big catches he made.
Skip, just because you make big catches. So the question is, number 1, I can put you anywhere and you go thrive. Michael Gallup ain't doing that.
No, he's not that kind of number 1, but I do remember on an opening night out here at SoFi, it was the opening game.
He shoved. He pushed off. Skip, you saw it.
He caught a ball that should have tied the game.
What is going on? You know what? There's been a lot of, you didn't say anything when Drew Pearson shoved him out on Hail Mary.
I was thinking of that this morning.
Yeah, I know you were. But you didn't have no problem with that. They didn't throw no flag on that.
That became the Hail Mary.
It did.
That was my favorite Cowboy quarterback, Roger Staubach.
He shoved the TB down.
He got away with a little push-off, but so did Jordan on Brian Russell. Right?
So the gods have been punishing you guys ever since. The no dance catch.
Yep, that's true. That is true. But we got that Hail Mary.
Yeah, that was going to start the phrase.
Maybe we'll have a Hail Dak this
guys.
week.
No.
We will keep tabs on it here on Undisputed, that's for sure. Thanks for watching, Undisputed fans. Subscribe here to get the very latest from Skip and Shannon. Plus, go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.